Hey everyone, this is Monkey Figure Reviews, and today we'll be looking at something from the BANPRESTO figure Colosseum line. The SCultures Big Zoukeiou Special Gear 4th Monkey D. Luffy. I think it's a pretty recent figure, and I got it just last week for an excellent price at the local shop. And right now it's really worked my way, it really worked its way into my heart as one of my favorite figures right now. And before I continue, I'm using an iPhone 6s Plus for this video, so I apologize if I forget to refocus during the video itself. Alright, so let's take a quick look at the box. Right off the bat, we have a picture of the figure and the name of the figure itself, as well as Champion 2014. Okay, so this is the right side. Pictures of Luffy and some words. This is the left side with a big number 4. This is the back, which shows basically the whole overview of the figure. And over here, I think it's some details of why this figure won champion and some of the designer artist details. This is the top of the box. This is my box has a Toei sticker just right over here. Okay, and I think. Yeah, overall the design of the box itself is pretty slick, it's pretty nice, and the color scheme is red and black, which I found really interesting and really eye-catching. The color red is really powerful and almost signifying that, like, Luffy is all badass and ready for battle. Okay, so that's all for the box. For the box itself, then I already opened the figure, so this is what you see, this plastic packaging when you open it up. It is to protect the 5 pieces inside, which I'm gonna show you right now. Okay, so there's a head, the main body, the right arm, the legs, and a base. Okay, alright, I'm gonna fix this piece up right now so you can have a look. When I first got this figure, when I tried to piece them together, it actually took quite a bit of effort. I'm not sure why. Maybe because the figures are new and the holes are really tight. So yeah, it took quite a bit of effort to push it in. And as you can see, it's very the whole figure itself is a very basic, like pack and hold mechanism. So there should be no problem with that whatsoever. Ta! Gear 4 Monkey D. Luffy. Okay, I'm gonna do a 360 turn so you can have an overview look of the figure itself. And if I'm not wrong, I think that this pose, this stance itself, comes straight out of a page from the manga or the scene from the anime where he first appeared in this form against Doflamingo. I'm not quite sure, but I think I saw somewhere where they compared this actual figure itself and that scene. Okay, so there you have it. I'm going to take off the right arm first so we can have a closer look at the face. His face, yeah, and you can tell that that his facial expression is excellent. Luffy has a really scary look, like right here, like his Nightmare Luffy look. His eyes shows anger and almost on a level of murderous intent. His mouth is slightly open with a downwards frown. His scar is also carved into the head itself, which shows how much attention and detail they pay to the figure. His hair is spiky and it's heading upwards, so it's something like it's heading outwards, so it's something like how should I describe it? Like Saiyan mode, towards the back. So I really love how he looks right here. His straw hat itself, it's glued onto 2 points. His collar and the back of his shirt. So you can tell that this part of the string is loose, as well as this part. Okay, so be really careful to not tug on them or pull them at all. I think it's pretty fragile, so we just snap right off. Okay. And let me just take a look at the torso first. So obviously the black parts of his body is coated with the Busoshoku Haki, hence the paint. And his chest here, his scar is also, the lines of his scars and also the Haki parts are actually carved in the figure itself and painted, so it's really detailed and really nice. And you can see that it goes, the Haki parts go all the way to his sides, his ribs. And over here too, there's actually nothing at the back, so there's an empty part. Very nice. I think that's about it for the chest. But you can see, how bloated his body is. Like, it's very round. Okay, and let's take a look at its arms. What I love about this figure is the glossy paint that they put on, as you can see. It makes it really eye-catching and makes it stand out. Makes it stand out from the other figures that I have. And one thing that I thought they could improve on the arms itself is that I feel that the arms should be more ballooned or more rounded. Because basically in this form, Luffy just have a lot of air in his arms. Yeah, but over here he just looks really muscular. So I believe it could be more swollen. And actually that's the only complaint that I have about this figure. And if you pay attention to the color of the coating itself, I'm not sure you can see, but if you look at the seams and even here, the fist inside of the hand itself and some parts of his arms, you can actually see a red tint similar to the anime, which again shows the amount of attention they pay to the figure. It's excellent. And of course we have his Dressrosa shirt, the sunflowers neatly and nicely designed and painted on, as well as the crease on the back of his shirt, which shows how buffed up Luffy got that is stretching on the shirt itself. Okay, let's take a look at the pants, his pants and his legs. So over here you have what do you call this, sash. It's kind of flowing towards the side, which kind of depicts the movement that Luffy has as he's bouncing up and down. And again, the crease on his shorts, very detailed. His legs are also coated in a similar glossy paint because they are coated with Haki too. It's really nice. And on second look, maybe the paint itself is not black. It's a bit of it's somewhere along the lines of blackish brown, with a little bit of red here and there. But I'm not sure if you can tell from the video. Lastly, the base. I love this base a lot. It's charcoal color, and I guess it's to depict some of the debris from the battleground he had with Doflamingo. I'm so glad they did not use the black base that they always have, because the black base itself, it's so ugly and takes up so much space. With this new one, it's more dynamic and space conscious, which I really adore. And one thing to take note of is that this figure itself can't stand on its own, as you can see from the design of his legs. So you definitely need a base. Okay, so overall, I feel that it's really beautiful. It's I don't think I'm exaggerating if I say it's a masterpiece. I mean, for its price and everything. But you should be getting this figure. Really, it's so badass. and I'm gonna tell you guys later how I'm gonna display it. You know, maybe with this guy, as you can see in the top left corner. Alright, but I'm gonna pause the video for now, and I'm gonna get some of my other figures out so you can roughly compare the height. Okay, I'm gonna talk about the height first of the figure. You might have a bit of parallax error from the video, but I'm just gonna tell you the measurements. It's about 5 3/4 inches and about 14.5 cm. Not exactly tall or huge, for a figure from BANPRESTO. Okay, and over here I have Law from SCultures too, so you could tell that it's roughly of similar height. Okay, and of course, if I put it itself with Strongworth's POP, Portrait of Pirates, Strongworth Shanks, Luffy is about half its height. Okay, so I hope you have a rough comparison of its height itself. And yes, what I want to talk about is how you can display this figure. So, luckily, I have Doflamingo with me too, and I'm gonna pause the video again so I can get him out, and let you see and let you guys see just how I display them in my shelf. Okay, so here I have Doflamingo from the SCultures BANPRESTO Figure Colosseum line 2, with Gear 4 Luffy, and I think in this design and pose where they have them face off with one another, it looks absolutely badass. It looks really, really cool, and that is exactly what I did. You know, that's how I put them in my shelf. And before that, you know, I wanted to, because I have Doflamingo first, and I wanted to put Law. Then I realized that it doesn't make sense because Doflamingo Doffy is a huge man. Like, he's really, really huge, taller than the usual, you know, average characters in One Piece. And the other Law, if you put them together, they look almost the same size. But right now, I have Gear 4 Luffy, which is in his Gear 4 form, about the same size, and by right supposedly slightly bigger than Doffy. So it looks more of an actual scale display in comparison. If you're wondering all these boxes, why did I put this here, it's because I hate the black base, and I can do a video of this figure soon, so you guys can know what I think of it. But yes, okay, so that's the end of my video review, and if you find it useful, you enjoyed it, please like the video and subscribe to my channel, because I'll be making more videos now that my exams are over. And just ask me any questions if there's anything you ask. So thank you everyone, and see you again.